What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, B. Zanny, joined by my co-host, D. Woody, and today we got another great episode for you guys. Going to be covering the Major 2 Minor tournament, as well as the RLCS Open this past weekend, and of course, we're going to round it out with our normal segment, Pick and Bans. Going to be a great episode. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get right to it. All right, Dak, we've got our new tradition of starting off with the thought-provoking questions. So what's today's?
Yes, sir. We're getting deep today. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Picture this. It's the last day of kindergarten, and you have the chance, your current self, to walk home with the child you once were. What do you say to them?
There's a lot you could say in this moment.
There's a lot you could say. Gaming related, though.
Gaming related is the easy answer. I'm telling my 5-year-old self to throw away the beanbag chair and the oversized flat screen and pick up the mouse and keyboard and get a monitor. That's exactly what I'm telling him, because I'd be pro in something by now. And you'd be building that muscle memory from a young age. I mean, I'd be Shroud. Yeah. So that's what I'm telling him.
Okay. I just thought of one, actually. Back in the day, MW2, COD 4 era, I was heavy watching YouTube. All the optic montages, all that shit. I say get a dazzle right now. Start posting.
Oh,
never stop
content.
Posting.
Yeah.
Never stop posting. Just keep posting.
Yeah, you'd be big.
That'd be crazy.
I went the pro route. You went the content creator.
Yeah. That or just don't get into COD. You're only gonna get heartbroken after like 2018. You know,
yeah,
it's just gonna be the same cycle every year.
2016 more so after Black Ops 3, really.
Yeah, you're just gonna hope for change, and they're just gonna let you down every single time, and you're gonna keep going. You're gonna get your hopes up again, and be let down again, and get your hopes up again, and be let down again.
just get your 5-year-old self ready for the emotional turmoil that is COD.
Yeah, or Halo. Halo's gonna leave you one day. That's what I'll tell them.
It will.
Don't get into it. Just play Counter-Strike. It's here forever.
CS. I was on 1.6 or whatever the geezers say. I was on 1. Whatever.
Fuck, dude. What is Source?
Source, yeah. Source? I was back on Source. You don't know, or whatever fucking geezer old heads say. But I'm definitely telling Mike. I'm telling put the keys, put the mouse in the hand.
Gotta be a demon.
Gotta be a demon. But yeah, other than that, how you doing, bro?
Doing well? Good, man. Doing good. Just grinding life and playing Rocket League when I can.
Yeah, we've been grinding some Rocket League. We need to get back on our 2s ranked bullshit, but we got other people trying to play Rocket League now, so win-win situation. But yeah, let's get into some Minor 2 info here. So this past weekend for the CDL was the Minor 2, the halfway point of the Major 2 qualifiers. And this had, we had some storylines going into this. Can Optic take a match against Falcons? Can Thieves battle back after a tough loss at the major? Are FaZe going to keep it up? Is this new Surge team going to bring the heat like they have been throughout the qualifiers? A lot of stuff going on that we can touch on here. But first matches started on Friday. First match of the day was Gentlemates against Miami Heretics. We definitely had Miami winning this based on Gentlemates and how they looked. However, they did bring Priesta back into the lineup instead of Skies alongside Lunars. So they ended up bringing this one to a Game 5 and closing it out 6-4 on a red card here. Tough series for Lucky and Metals. Real and Rancor did their thing, but it just wasn't enough as they lost both the S&Ds, and Linz was the only one positive for the side of Gentlemates. So they actually come out the first match and shock the world and take the W to move on. And Miami,
dirty Neslo.
Dirty Neslo. Round 5 in the control, but their hardpoint looks awful from the side of Gentleman's. Like they look like Falcons out here.
So with Skies and Priesta, they couldn't win an S&D, and then now they can't win a hardpoint, it seems. So but at least they got S&D down. They won 2 S&Ds, which is huge for them. That's big. Lunars went absolutely crazy. Map 3, 31 and 24, looking good. 4,200 damage. That man was putting it down that map.
Yeah, so, he was dealing.
So we love to see that from the new player. Miami, lackluster performance. I think we all kind of felt that they were not going to rekindle the top 4, top 3 performance that they had last major. So Lucky tends to do this. So does Metals, where they're just kind of inconsistent, bro. They just sometimes they'll drop some stinkers, and that's what you're going to get with Miami. They're either all on and playing well, or they're losing to LAG, and there's no between.
They need to be all on, really, to make any sort of wave. So we'll see how that goes. But
love what I'm seeing from Rencor, though. He's been consistently gross this year. So.
Yeah, he's been good. The next match of the weekend was Optic Texas versus Vegas Falcons. Falcons are actually able to shit pump them in the map 3 control on Vault 3-0. But other than that, luckily Optic was able to close it out. They 100-point clubbed them pretty much on the final hard point to win it 3-1. King, the only one positive on the side of Falcons. Shotzi, the only one negative on the side of Optic. So at least you can get some map wins against the worst team in the league. But this didn't really tell us much, as they do play, Ultra next. So
Optic had to win around 11 in search against them, and they got absolutely smacked in control. That was not good. I don't like how Optic was like clowning them in hardpoint. Like Pred was like body shielding people, and they're like fucking around.
In the last map,
like they were fucking around in hardpoint. Like and of course they shit pumped them, but they're acting like they're not on a 13 map fucking loss streak. Like try to play sound hardpoint,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They're literally fighting to not be bottom 4 right now. This shit is sad. It's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, they're currently the 8 seed in the whole entire standings. That determines if you go to champs or not. So they really do need to kick it back up, because these teams like Surge and Rocker and Breach can string off some matches because of their, like, they just look better, and Texas looked like shit. So they really need to clean up their act, or else they might find themselves fighting for a champ spot, which would be crazy.
That would be insane. I mean, I still have hope that at some point within the next, around the major or after the major, they got to figure something out and start putting wins on the board. Like, these dudes are better than being bad.
They'll figure it out. I'm still in the same opinion that they need to stick with this team and figure it out.
For sure.
The next match, we had Boston Breach against Vancouver Surge. Surge continue looking in really good form as they take this 3-1, shit pumping them in the map 1 hardpoint, losing the Surge and then winning the next 2. So they take all the respawns to 3-1 Boston Breach. Snoopy, the only one positive, and then 0-4, the only one negative for the side of Surge. Abuzi, Nasty, and Neptune all had 94 kills, so they were all contributing very equally. And Vancouver, this is where you're like, okay, granted, it is not the best Boston team, but still they're able to continue that into the minor.
I'm curious to see what their hardpoint record is in the last, like, this whole split since getting Neptune.
Pretty high.
I feel like they have won every hardpoint I've watched. They're insane right now at hardpoint.
Yeah, they look really, really good.
Yeah. So. On the side of Boston, dude, Cammy -24. That's just not good, bro.
He sucks.
It's not good. And
he sucks.
Honestly, Big Wake didn't have the greatest tournament either. I don't like either one of them right now.
I mean, Awakening went 28 and 22 in the map 1.
Yeah.
So and they lost by over 100 points. So it's a little kill hoary of a map from him. He is a slower AR on red card, so that can happen.
Look at his team, bro. They're getting destroyed.
Yeah.
And he has the same damage as, I don't know. That's a weird stat line.
Yeah. Very weird stat line.
But do you think this team would benefit if they picked up Fellow? Because Fellow be dropping stinkers too, but he's got leadership qualities.
I honestly think Fellow's a lot better at this game than he was the last game and whatnot. He's been doing pretty well. Granted, it is challengers. I think. I mean, Awakening Sling has not been there, so it's not like, and we saw them winning hard points and respawns towards the in split one. So I think if you do bring Fellow in, you probably get better, but it's not going to put you past like the top 6 or anything past Rocker or Surge or anything.
Look at map 3. Look at map 3, Big Wake.
Yikes, Big Wake.
I forgot about that. I knew he dropped a stinker somewhere, bro.
And Purge and Snoopy are trying their hearts out, bro. Like, bro. Come on.
Honestly,
15, holy shit.
Purge has been fighting, bro. I like Purge. I still like Purge.
Yeah, I fuck with Purge and Snoopy heavy. They're doing their thing, but
damn, man. It's just that you can't have this, bro. It's too many times in a row where Cammy or Big Wake, one of the two, or both of them are just costing low key, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not good. Yeah. Which I didn't like this roster going into the year. I didn't think they should have kept the Challengers roster, although it was better than anything they put together last year after Slasher left.
They just need to replace Cammy, dude. And potentially Awakening, but
I think you start with one for sure, though. They gotta make a change.
Start with Cammy. I would think. I just think the upside of Awakening is higher. That's really it. Yeah. I would personally replace both of them. I would go like maybe Fellow, but I would just get whoever the top AR is. Just try at least.
Yikes.
But yeah. Getting into the last match of Friday, we have Minnesota Rocker going up against C9 New York. And this was definitely on paper the best match of the day. Went all the way to around map 5, and C9 end up taking it. They take the map 1 hard point by 9 points. They take the map 2 round 11 and the map 5. So they take both S&Ds to knock Minnesota off. And Minnesota were frying too. Like, they were performing very well. Everyone negative on the side of C9, granted, because they won 2 searches. Yeah. But overall, you saw them carry what's been a good online stage for them so far into the minor and take down a tough team in Minnesota. So this is a good gritty W from the side of C9. I mean, Mac kind of struggled. I mean, minus 17 over 5 maps is not that bad. And everyone else was, floating around even. So
yeah. It was really just the control, bro. Mac got slammed. So did Sid.
Yeah. 3-0.
But I like what I'm seeing out of C9. I mean, they're definitely a scrappy dark horse type of team for sure. Yeah, I think these two teams are in the same spot to me at the current moment.
Yeah, I would agree. There was such a weird start for C9 with all the they were bitching about the servers and whatnot. So
I still don't like that whole situation for them.
Yeah, it was super weird, easy. But yeah, they came out of it. So after the first day, Rocker, Breach, Falcons, and Miami are eliminated. We're down to 8 teams entering Saturday. And the first match was definitely lopsided. Carolina going up against Gentlemates. 3-0 for the side of Carolina. The teamwork was just too much for this, newer LAG and just, not, less talented team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kismet and Linz, positive, but they, other than 50 points in the map 1, it wasn't a close series at all. Everyone positive on the side of Carolina, and Priesta had a really, really, really bad series, 0.58 with only 39 kills. So.
Yeah, now this is another thing where maybe LAG just needs to get rid of Skies and Priesta and get someone else in there. Because
absolutely,
I think this is just how they are, bro.
Ismit's been playing well. They're not going to drop Linz. So you definitely, them and Breach are definitely looking for some AR replacements. I've always thought, I mean, it's just so weird to see Skies, being put to the bench. Maybe try to get Skies, honestly, if you're Breach, for Cammy.
I would like that too, because they have Snoopy, who's just a headbanger, fast ass sub. Like that might actually work
for the right
better.
Play.
Yeah.
But if I'm Gentlemates, I don't know if I want either of those. So it wouldn't be a 1-for-1 trade. I think Skies is probably the only one that deserves another spot if they get dropped, just because the team composition really wasn't amazing for him, and he's just not as good at this game. But I still think he can. Yeah, I just think he can be better for a team. But back to this match, Royal Ravens are looking really good right now. and their teamwork is on point. It's just a question.
Woo.
Yeah, really good series from Slasher.
Thanos
Just
series.
a question if they can do it against the top 4, which we'll find out. Let's see here.
Ooh, shocker.
Go back. Completed.
FaZe Vancouver.
Oh, yeah. So FaZe in Vancouver is the next match on Saturday. And Vancouver able to take down FaZe. They have their number. The org in general has had FaZe's number since Vanguard. And so FaZe are able to take the map 1 and the map 3, but Surge take both searches and the hard point. Celium and Simp positive. Simp had a really good series, but unfortunately they couldn't muster the strength. But Nasty. Freaking Nasty. Plus Byron. 24 with a 1.31, 101 kills. He's been kicking up. I mean, he is their X factor in my opinion. I mean, he got 0-4 dropping a 0.76. So, yeah. I mean, you know if you can win with him doing that, that's fine. So, Nasty's definitely been looking really, really good. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And there was a Challengers player that said, like, this game is ass if Nasty's doing good or some shit.
It's a guy named Llama something. Yeah. Llama God. And it's not like the llama that used to be like a a bubble player. Like, it's some random llama challenger. And he was like, this game sucks or something like that when Nasty's out here, shitting on people, winning matches. And Nasty replied, "Bro, who are you talking to me? You can't even make it an elite something shit stage." So, fuck yeah, Nasty.
He said, "Stop tweeting, start grinding."
Yeah. So yeah, FaZe. This is a single limb tournament, so FaZe bounced after their bye. So they follow up what's been a good online stage and a major win in Major 1 with a first round in their tournament exit in winners round 2. So
Surge are 2-0 versus them this split.
Yep.
So they're feeling confident versus the champs.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then we get to the third match of the day. It was Toronto going up against Optic Texas. And if it's not Falcons, we're looking at the same Optic roster that's had these struggles. So they get absolutely smoked, being held to under 125 points in the map 1. Round 11 S&D loss, and then a round 5 vault control loss that they kind of threw. So tough to see. Kenny with a 0.7 again, worst on the team. Dashy the only one positive, and he's been playing great all year. So it just sucks to see him have a good game and just not getting the help. But on the other side of things, Joe Deceives and Insight had great series. Joe Deceives been really good. And I just knew this was we knew this was happening going into it. It does suck to see a round 11 and then round 5 control losses. But I mean, they just got to work on their teamwork. It's just non-existent.
Yeah. You watch Optic against good teams and they're just all over the map doing solo plays and shit, and it's just not working.
Single hitting. Kenny's does not know any timings. It looks like he's just caught sprinting, caught YYing, and it just looks really bad. And it's hard because you got to work on your teamwork, and then in practice, forcing teamwork is really bad as well, to where it's over forced and it's almost overthinking to an extent. That can really damage you. So they just need to find that groove, which we know they can. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of time. I don't know when it is. How long do you keep seeing certain results until you're we did win champs last year, but we got to make a change. Apparently to Octane it's now, but I don't know. I don't think it's now.
I don't think it's now.
What about
either, bro.
What if they maybe win 1 or 2 matches, start in losers and lose, and don't get top 4? Do you think they make a change?
Shit, it depends on who they beat. I think it depends on who they beat and how bad they lose to whoever.
Well, if let's say they get top 6, they're gonna have to beat the likes of a Rocker or a C9 or potentially a Serve or a Breach. I think in their current form, as long as it's not LAG or Falcons, it's a good win.
Yeah. I don't know. Breach, they should win, I feel like, still.
Yeah, just based on their ARs lately, but I
just think if they get absolutely slammed out of the tournament by Ravens or someone, I don't know. You might start looking internally, especially if Kenny drops another 0.7. Like, something might be just going on with him, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, he's sucking.
But
yeah. So Optic are now eliminated. FaZe eliminated. Gentlemates eliminated. And our last match on Saturday is LA Thieves versus C9 New York. And Thieves are able to take this one 3-1. Cloud9 come out hot and take the map 1 hardpoint. But I think this was just a warm-up map for the LA Thieves. It's their first match of the weekend. So they take that L map 1 and then rattle off 3 straight very convincingly. And a convincing S&D win as well, because it started off, pretty close, and they strung together some rounds and were able to put it away. So that was like the one critique, as well as Hydra coming to play. And he was the MVP of the series, and they took the search. So very, very good series to see from LA Thieves, and it's not a piece like a shitty team.
Yeah,
because Cloud9's been looking good.
Yeah, no, Hydra's back in form, it seems, which is scary for the league.
Yes,
I saw a stat that Scrap is the only AR in the top 10 of like all the slaying stats. So he's going crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a subs world right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Thieves look really good. I mean, this was kind of expected. Mac got absolutely slammed this series. That's tough.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you're going up against Hydra most of the time, and then Envoy's a great player as well, so it's going to be a tough for sub. But so Saturday eliminates C9, Optic, FaZe, and Gentlemates. We get into Championship Sunday with our top 4 teams. We have Thieves, Ravens, Toronto, and Vancouver left. First match of the day is the Thieves versus Ravens, and the Thieves just have their number. 3-0 again for the side of Thieves. Other than the round 11 in map 2, it was a shit pumping in the other 2 maps. 100-point win in the Vault Hardpoint and a 3-0 in the Hacienda Control. And it's a red carpet for the Royal Ravens and a green carpet for the Thieves. And Envoy had a really good series. I believe it was the map 3, or no, the map 1 he dropped 30 as well as Hydra. So I think it was a later map that I'm thinking of. But yeah, Thieves take the dub pretty convincingly. Carolina still not able to crack that top 3 and beat the likes of Thieves or FaZe. So we need to see that from them going forward. But overall, definitely looking good as a squad, and Thieves move on to the finals.
Yeah, dude, the Thieves just own the Ravens. They do. The Ravens have a mental block versus the Thieves, I think. They play horrible when they play the Thieves. So this was expected.
And then we get to the other side of the bracket, the other semifinals, Vancouver versus Toronto Ultra, and Vancouver come out and 3-0 them as well. So it was a quick start to the Sunday, getting us to the grand finals. Surge move on to play the Thieves. And overall, Abuza, the only one negative on the side of Surge, everyone negative on Ultra. Neptune came out frying and went, had a 1.3 in the hard point, 1.25 in the S&D, and a 1.3 in the control. Overall, just frying.
Yeah,
so that's
Neptune
what you want to see.
Looks incredible right now, and
he does.
This was the first series in a long time that Joe Deceives struggled. Joe's looked really good all year so far. So
it was tough. So I mean, he's got room for one of these. Hell, he's got room for a couple of these. So
he's
been playing really well. Yeah, you just don't want to do it at the wrong time. So which this point in a major would definitely be the wrong time. So I want to make sure that you see that from him, not happen from him in the future if you're an Ultra fan. But the Surge move on to the finals, and we've got Thieves versus Surge, and this one was a banger. It goes all the way to map 7, and the Surge actually went up 3-2, and then Hacienda Control was an absolute smasher, the map 6 from Thieves, and they end up winning the map 7 6-3. So this was a dirty Neslo from the side of Thieves, taking disgusting. 2 searches and 2 controls. Like you said, I think since changing to Neptune, they may be undefeated in hardpoint or dropped like one map maybe.
They got to be the best hardpoint team in the game right now. Online.
Yeah, online at least. Yeah, and so it's actually insane. But I think they may have dropped 1 to FaZe in that series, taking both the S&Ds. and one of the hard points, I think. So I think
Yeah,
they including the minor, they've only lost like one, maybe two hard points. I honestly can't remember. So
Yeah.
they're looking really good. But Thieves, you don't have to play FaZe because Vancouver did it for you. But Vancouver still put up a really good fight. And the prior, worries for Thieves were, Hydra's not playing up to his potential, and S&D's not looking amazing. They take both S&Ds, and again, Hydra is the MVP. So they have kind of solved both of those problems, and they're looking very dangerous. So they're definitely, if they can continue the rest of their matches online, which they probably will, they're definitely the favorites heading into Major 2.
Game 7 S&D, I believe Surge was up 3-2 and just lost 4 straight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
They absolutely trolled the round to tie it 4-4. And they get bombed down A at bar, and Neptune just runs out Cobble for whatever reason. They had a setup. If they just all chilled, they probably would have fucking won the round. And Neptune just runs out Cobble and gets shot in the back from the balcony above him. Didn't even check it. I mean, he kind of checked it, but he wasn't really playing for it. It seemed like he thought Envoy, I believe, ran somewhere else. So it was just a bad play. And then it opened up a spot for them to get in and get the defuse. Yep. And I knew it was chalked after that. Last round, they just got ran down, shit on. Full confidence from Thieves. So
yeah, whenever you get a round win like that deflates the other team, you just build on it with confidence on your side, and they ran straight for him. So Thieves take the minor in a pretty good fashion those last couple maps. Yeah, Scrap kept yelling, "Where's the minor?" Yeah, making fucking, that was comedy, but yeah, a bunch of the pros are not big fans of the minor, thinking it's pretty pointless, which you only get points if you're top 4, so it is kind of pointless, as you have to, only 4 teams have the opportunity to get points even if you win a match. Yeah. So but
from
yeah, that's our
experience though. I'm with it. I like a tournament.
No, yeah, for sure. A little more on the line, even though they don't really think so, but we get to see like a best of 7 at the very least. But yeah, that was our Minor 2 recap.
Real quick, guess what the first match is this weekend, tomorrow?
Isn't it Ultra Optic?
It's Vancouver Thieves.
Oh, okay.
So we got a rematch of the grand finals to start our day.
It is Vancouver Thieves. Oh, the next 2 matches are dog piss, Dave.
Yeah.
And then we got
Saturday.
Optic plays Miami.
That'll be a good match for Optic. I think that's
Carolina C9 will be good, and then hopefully FaZe Rocker is good.
Yeah. I think that's huge for Optic right there. If they win that series, then that's great. I think
and we
this is definitely a where you at.
Sunday's going to be pretty boring unless Optic goes up.
Burger Bowl. Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons, Gentlemates. Dude, come on, Falcons. Come on.
Wait, Gentlemates, this will be their first league match win, right?
No, they've won. Yeah, they beat them.
Oh, they've already played. Okay.
Yeah, they've already played.
I didn't know if this was the first time.
So this is Falcons' turn. Yeah. They're gonna get it done this weekend. So.
No way.
But yeah, that was our Minor 2 recap here. We had a great weekend also of Rocket League. Great weekend of Rocket League, and Dad's gonna show us why.
Yes, sir. Let me share my screen. All right. So this was the last regional going into the major. There's only 2 majors and then Worlds this year, same as last year. So this was big. I mean, this is huge pressure for a lot of teams, and there was so many teams that could have made it in those 3 and 4 spots, like SSG, 9 Lives, Poab, if they made a crazy run. Evo was in a great spot going into this. Deleted, Shopify could have made a crazy run. Of course, GenG had to make a god run if they wanted to qualify, and they did, which we'll get to.
They fucking did,
They
baby.
fucking did it. So
my King Reynolds.
The only team that I was like confident was going to make that top 4 was Complexity. They've been really consistent throughout, and apparently they're just some grinders. Like, they're always playing ranked together. Like, they love the game. So they're nice with it. But let's hop into this. And this was the final Open, if I can get to it. Open 3. All right. So let's just hop into these group stages.
Yep.
GenG played Pioneers. It was the JNAPS retirement tour. Shout out JNAPS, NA legend.
Shout out JNAPS.
Staple of G2 back in the day. He just NA legend. It's sad to see him go.
Yeah.
Big part of the NA scene. But obviously GenG came out, handled business, 3-1'd them. Complexity 3-1 Lotus 8, so they had to play each other. This is a great matchup here. Complexity and GenG are definitely that 3 and 4 type of team here in NA. And Complexity got the best of GenG, sadly. 3-2 is a great series, though. They move on to go play POAB. GenG drops down to lowers. They had to play Deleted, which Deleted is like a top 8-ish type of team. And GenG handled business. 3-1, looked really good.
They beat the Pioneers twice. They sent them to lowers bracket and sent them out.
No, they still qualified. This was like a qualifier.
Oh,
but they just start in lowers, I think. So, or they both do. So, yeah. So, GenG went on to play Pioneers against JNAPS, and they end up taking it. It was 2-2 at one point. Crazy series. Hell yeah. Complexity and POAB both qual out of there. SSG, who got second at the first regional, didn't even make playoffs at the second one, and now they got to make a run to solidify that third spot or fourth, whatever. They looked really good. Played against Calm and Tech. My boy Calm beat him 3-1. Played against Gas, 3-0'd him. Gas 3-2'd Shopify. That was the biggest shocker of the weekend. Bunch of retired guys. Obviously, they're all great pros, AJ, Squishy, and Garrett G, but I don't think they're really grinding like that. I think they're just doing this for fun.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
So that's a tough loss for them. And watching Shopify, again, I said it last time, they look really good on offense at times. Like, they're all super mechy. They can score crazy goals when they need to. They're just off on defense. They're never on the same page. They get sloppy, and they let up a ton of goals that they shouldn't. So I think something might just be wrong with this composition at this point. I mean, it's been 2 years now, bro. Like, how many times are we going to do this? So I think they're all great players. I just don't know that's the team, but maybe they feel otherwise internally. Up here, obviously, Ultimates 3-0 strictly business. Ultimates look really good this weekend. They were on some shit. LJ was going crazy this weekend.
Yeah, he was going stupid.
Yeah. And then NRG really didn't look like themselves this weekend. Maybe they just didn't have much motivation. Yeah, they won both regionals going into this. They were solidified top spot, so I don't know. But they just weren't playing with the same intensity at all times. 9 lives. Tough loss, obviously. They had to play NRG. That's tough. They went all the way to map 5. Hawkser, I think they just kind of mutually agreed to part ways, or Hawkser said he's out. But he just tweeted that he couldn't really feel like himself on this team. Just his play style, he was just uncomfortable a lot of the times. And they were still, like, placing well.
Winning. Yeah.
So he's a great player. He should get picked up somewhere well. And, you know, hopefully he finds his way back into the mix next split. But it was kind of sad. I like 9 lives, and I'm curious to see who they get as their third going into the next split. So obviously Ultimates move on to play NRG. NRG 3-2s them. They still own the Ultimates. And Space Station 3-0s NRG, which was shocking. And they shut them out game 1 and 2. So they 3-0 them. SSG, bro, I think they're just young and maybe get nervous, a little inexperienced. They're inconsistent at times, obviously, but when they're on, bro, their mechs are insane. They're really good at, like, the cringe air dribble bumps and all kinds of shit to open up goals, so they're fun to watch for sure. But obviously they both qual, and Strictly Business goes on a little run here. They beat Gas 3-1, and they 3-0'd 9 lives to knock them out of the tournament. So that was tough. Calm and the boys at Tech knocked out Shopify, and then the Ultimates 3-1 Tech. So pretty good group stage. Yeah. And moving on, GenG 4-2 Strictly Business. It was a pretty good series. It was back and forth at first, and then GenG called a timeout and won 3 straight. So shout out to GenG. Timeout cheese prevails. The Ultimates 4-0'd Pioneers. They don't give a fuck about JNAP's retirement. They said, get out of here. Happy retirement, buddy. You got 20 minutes left of your career.
Hey, man. It'd be like that.
So, yeah, nah, man. They were too much. They looked really good. Then they went on to 4-0 Space Station, which was Crazy. So that knocks SSG out. Well, actually, POAB knocked them down here. So let's go up there. So POAB, insane series against SSG. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
5 OTs.
Yeah, and it ended in Game 7 overtime. Just insane. I was watching it last night. There was a play where SSG, I thought for sure was going to score, and I think it was Creams made a fucking insane save to save overtime, and then they went on to go score. So, crazy series from POAB. Sucks for SSG because they had to go down and play the Ultimates, who were red hot at the time. And
quick question.
What's up?
Is in these best of sevens, is DFH Stadium played twice in a row every time?
I don't know. I really don't be paying attention to the maps. No, it's not. I think they veto, bro. I think they have veto processes.
What the fuck?
But Game 7 is always Champions Field.
Futura Garden or whatever it's called needs to be in the rotation for sure.
For sure.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, there's a new map coming that's like on a futuristic skyscraper, the rooftop.
And it looks like an arena. Like it looks sick.
Yeah, and it's super bright. I hope it's fun. NRG 4-1's Complexity. Honestly, I think Complexity just was not playing very well this week. They missed a lot of opportunities in this next series versus GenG. GenG ended up 4-1ing them. GenG, dude, when they're on, their kickoffs are the best in NA, I feel like.
Yeah,
they score so many kickoff goals.
And Reynolds is just so good on defense, bro. And he was playing insane. This is probably his best tournament offensively as well.
Yeah. No, they wanted it for sure. And Reynolds said, but going into this series, they noticed something. Their coach Kev Pert, who's like a Rocket League tutorial YouTuber god from back in the day, he like noticed something, and Reddle said that they did kickoffs for like 20 minutes before the match, and then they scored a kickoff goal.
Nice.
So GenG looked really good. They were playing fast, and Cheese, Magic Bear, both of them were playing really good, so they looked like they were gonna take it. And beating Complexity was when I started to believe, because then they had to play POAB. I knew for a fact that they could beat POAB, so which they did. 4-0, smacked them. POAB's a really good team, but I just think they're a tier below when it comes to GenG. So GenG beats them 4-0, solid win, and they move on to grand finals. All they got to do is beat the Ultimates to qual. If they lose to Ultimates, they would have played a tiebreaker versus SSG.
Yep.
The Ultimates 4-0 NRG, which is crazy. They finally get their get back on NRG.
NRG wanted them GenG to do it. That's why, because they knew they would smoke NRG or GenG in finals. So they're like, "Here, we'll give you Ultimates." Dude, they wanted this. They knew what they were doing, bro.
It's funny you say that because people tweet that shit all the time. They're like, "Friendship League." They just wanted their friends in the major. Yeah, low key they might have.
But GenG was down 3-1 in the grand final too.
Yeah, insane 3 in a series, bro. So they're
double
down 3-1.
OTs.
I'm like, damn, bro, they're gonna have to like regroup and play a tiebreaker because at this point, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0.
Yeah, I
was thinking the Ultimates were just on fire at this time.
But then you look at the other side too, 4-1, 4-0. Like they were hot.
Yeah. But, I mean, they played SSG, they played NRG, like, they had a way harder side. It was insane, bro. LJ looked unstoppable. So, I'm starting to wonder, LJ and First Killer always get so close to winning, but they just can't win, bro.
You think they're going to team up at one point?
No, LJ and First Killer on the Ultimates. They always get right there. They always get right there, and they just can't win. They can't close out.
I was thinking LJ was on Space Station for some reason.
Nah, so I don't know, man. I just it might be nerves. Maybe they get close and they're like, fuck.
Maybe they're better on land though. We'll see.
Yeah, but crazy, bro. They end up coming back from 3-1 deficit, and they looked good doing it. 2 overtimes in Game 6 and Game 7.
My king Reddles.
My
favorite team made the major.
Fired up. They were fired up.
Yeah, they were
which
pumped.
They should be. So
especially because Magic Bear and Cheese haven't never been to a major, right?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
They've been. Yeah, they have a little bit of LAN experience now. So.
Well, they didn't get to one all last year, right?
Yeah, but it seems like they always just get there, and then they don't really do anything there. So I think it's time for them to get there and actually compete. Sadly, though, they have to play NRG round 1 of Swiss. So
it's all right.
That
It's
might
Swiss.
be an auto loss. They're going to be down 0-1 in Swiss to start.
Maybe they'll catch some early cheese. Like Optic
cheese,
back in the day. They always lose in pool play.
Cheese, get it?
Yeah. Cheese.
But yeah, let's take a look at the major real quick. Just hats off to the boys over at GenG. That was insane.
Yep. Amazing.
Yeah. So here we go. Check it out. We got Wild Card in here. K Corp.
Wait, are they?
They're like an Oceania team.
Yeah.
Fever, Torsos, Banana Head. Yeah, good Aussie players.
Banana Head.
Good Aussie players for show. Falcons, they're really good. They got to play Team Secret. Team Secret was a solid South American team. Who do they got? KV1 and them. Yeah. They might have a new roster. I don't remember Moda from last year. What do we got here? Foot. VK Salen. I know that guy. They're probably going to get first rounded. I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure Sphinx plays mouse and key. No bullshit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
Sosa's an NA player who's now in Asia Pacific. And then
Nupo.
Yeah, so these two teams from the MENA region, insane. Nupo, Rise, and Atomic could make a run all the way. TRK, Rawas, and Killers, whatever.
Whoa, their coach is Dahum.
Yo.
It's the same.
Wait a second.
Is that his bro?
Wait a second.
It's Dahum.
Dude, do you think he's involved in Rocket League too? Could he be?
No.
Why do they have the same gamer tag and they're both from Saudi?
Because
they
it's probably
be
it's probably like being Itachi in the United States or something.
You
run into Itachis all the time on COD.
But a Doom with a 7 in there? They gotta know each other.
There's not enough symbols in English for their language, so they use numbers.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. So, anyways, we got apparently Jack back in the mix. Love it. He's back in Europe. They're looking good. GK did the same fucking thing that GenG made. They had to win the last Open to make it. So we got Joyo back in a major. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's good for the sport. That's good for the sport. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. NRG, GenG, Team Secret plays Falcons tough. Furia, I love watching Furia. I'm glad they're back. Yeah, honestly, not great matchups at first, but they'll get
it's all right. It's Swiss.
Yeah, it's Swiss.
That always happens in Swiss, and then we'll get to the bracket and be good.
Someone will get upset, and then there will be an insane matchup round 3 or 4. It always happens.
Yep.
So yeah,
cool.
Good stuff.
Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up episode 57 with our coin segment, Pick and Bans, where me and Dak pick and ban something from Recency and Dwell. All right, I'll get us started here. My pick is going to be Major 2, actually. It's here in Dallas. I just bought my tickets yesterday. So me and the boy Rudd will be in attendance. And it's going to be at the same place as Champs, but situated a little bit differently. The stage is going to be closer to one end. And then there's going to be like people on the floor there. Like VIP floor seats, and then GA surrounding. So me and Rudd will be sitting GA, watching teams battle it out. So I'm pumped.
Hell yeah!
Yes, sure.
That'll be fun. My pick is the boy SGA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's hooping
even without free throws. He's leading.
This is the ultimate ball knower question. You just need to ask someone their thoughts on SGA. If they say free throw merchant, they don't fucking watch any basketball or no basketball at all.
You don't even have to watch. I don't watch, but I know.
Completely disregard their opinion on anything basketball. So if you took every free throw he's made this year away from him, he's still leading the league in points per game.
Yeah.
Guess who the top
total
four
points.
Top 4 total points this season. SGA's at number 1, 1,957 points. Number 2 is SGA through 3 quarters.
Oh.
At 1,655 points through 3 quarters. Number 3 is Anthony Edwards at 1,646. So he owns the top 2 spots, even if he didn't
only played 75% of the fourth quarter season.
Yeah. So this dude is MVP by a long shot, which is dope.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Thunder are back being a good team again after losing KD, Russ, and Harden. I thought it might be a long time till we see them back in the mix. But
they're here.
Yeah, they're
with
here.
The young goats.
It's insane.
Shout out SGA. My band, couldn't really think of one honestly. So, what just makes me mad is I'm tired of weekly releases of shows. I'm trying to binge watch some shit, bro.
Dude,
Let
that's
me
the whole
rattle off two
reason
or three
Netflix
episodes
was
a
made.
day.
That's the whole reason binging became a thing. We're done with the
Yeah,
weekly episode releases, and now we're back
exactly.
to it.
Exactly. I've been having to wait each week for Severance to come out and Invincible, and now I watched today's episode of Invincible. It was awesome, and now I gotta wait for I think it's the finale next week, so that's gonna be fucking ridiculous. So, well, but I gotta wait.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard that show is insane. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Game of Thrones level. That's what people be saying.
I mean, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously completely different because it's animated, but
just like that level of like, damn, this show is awesome.
Yeah, it's just dope. It's just crazy good, and it's based off of a comic book series that I had never even heard of, but
really?
people read it, I guess. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
my ban is just running / my current stamina.
Yeah, bro.
Past like 2 weeks, I've been trying to run again, and it's just, man, I ran like 0.8 miles today. About died.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm on the Strava app though. I joined the Optic Run Club.
Let's go.
So I posted it, and there's people in there motivating, bro. It's a cool little community.
Go. I might do that too, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I might do it too.
Yeah, it's nice. You throw on Strava, you run, it tracks your progress. You can even pause, like mid-run, if you need to take a little break. Just hit pause, and then you can hit start again, and it won't tell that you paused. It just says you ran this much for this long. So
Fuck yeah.
It's a cool app. And yeah.
Last time they mentioned the club on, I think it was a Flycast or something. There was a good amount of people in there. So.
Yeah, there's like 1,300 people. I don't know if they're all active, but sure. Maniac just posted something like he's back to running in there, so everyone's kind of back talking in there again.
Sweet.
So yeah, I'm trying to get
hop on that.
Trying to get the cardio back.
Yeah, we're getting in wedding shape, boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for episode 57. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and we'll see y'all in episode 58. Deuces.